Hey there guys, Jordan here, back with another reaction video, and it's going to be another death battle. And this death battle is going to be Jason Voorhees versus Michael Myers, Friday the 13th versus Halloween. Ooh, wow, this death battle is going to be a doozy. A battle between two horror movie killers, and both of them are basically indestructible and invincible. So, this should be very interesting. Let's see how they pair off against each other. And let's begin.
Prepare yourselves.
Ooh.
It's time we tell the tale of Crystal Lake's masked murderer, Jason Voorhees, and the horrifying boogeyman of Haddonfield, Michael Myers. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick, and it's our job to bring terror and fright on this Halloween night on Death Battle.
First up, Jason Voorhees.
In the woods of Crystal Lake lurks a killer, buried but not dead, doomed to rise from the grave and slaughter those who live and love, if you know what I mean. This is the curse of Jason Voorhees. Rumor has it he was into
Background. Full name Jason Voorhees. Height 6'3", 1.90 meters. Weight 275 pounds, 125 kilograms. Pamela Voorhees' baby boy. Has a half-sister in Diana Kimball. Still active in 2455. Possible deadite. Was a guest on the Arsenio Hall show. Yeah, that actually did happen. And wow, still active in 2455? That's incredible. So, it seems that he truly is immortal, considering that he's lived for that long. Yup, Jason Voorhees is one killer who can be able to kill anyone for as long as he lives. That truly is terrifying.
Child, bullied and harassed all of his life, only cared for by his single mother.
Oh.
But not even Mama Voorhees could save Jason when he tragically drowned at Camp Crystal Lake. Or did he? Over time, Crystal Lake became wrought with strange disappearances and violent deaths, including the camp counselors who should have been watching Jason when he drowned all those years ago. Someone, or something, was out for vengeance.
God damn.
Murders were committed by none other than Jason's own mother, Pamela Voorhees, seeking revenge against those who neglected her child, dooming him to his terrible end. That actually makes a lot of sense. Good for her, I guess. However,
Sheesh.
even after her killing spree was cut short, the deaths continued. Nobody could prove it, but maybe, just maybe, Jason was still alive. Holy shit! Yeah, he's definitely alive. Wait, has he been living in the lake this whole time? Jason has fortitude far beyond any normal man. You can swing an axe in his face, blast half his body away, or trap him in an exploding building. Yet it will all be in vain. Even when one of the few survivors of his attacks hacked him to pieces, Jason rose again. Seriously, this happens a lot.
Holy shit.
The source of his unkillable nature. Some say it's an indigenous curse. Others say it's the Necronomicon. And some even say it's a hell worm. So, not too many reasonable.
According to Creighton Duke, the Voorhees family curse can only be stopped if another Voorhees kills Jason and sends him to hell. However, 2 more sequels and a novel about him getting out of hell indicate that this does not work. I see. So Jason can only be killed if another member of his family sends him to hell. But 2 more sequels and a novel states that states with him getting out of hell that it won't work. So I guess not even Jason's own family can put him down. That's something to watch out for.
Lancers, either way, be careful or you just might end up on the wrong side of Jason's trusty machete. Something he uses with enough strength to split skulls and pierce metal. Even when Jason has no weapon, he can be resourceful and oddly creative with his kills. He might blunt...
Arsenal. Machete, his favorite weapon. Pitchfork, spear gun, double-sided axe, a tree, party horn, sauna rock, jungle gym, bed, liquid nitrogen, basically anything. It's true, even without his trademark machete, Jason will always find whatever thing he can use as a weapon and kill someone with it. And the party horn? Yup, he's actually used that. So, whatever Jason gets his hand on becomes a murder weapon. So, you better be careful about what you leave around him.
Punching you to death with a sleeping bag, drown you in a garbage can, or snap you in half between a bedfold. Worst of all, this demented mama's boy will always get his prey. Oh, you think you can run away? Well, think again, idiot. He can teleport.
What?
Oh, yeah? Well, how about the time he appeared in multiple places at once around this dance floor? See? Teleporting. Wrong. Hallucinations resulting from a mix of cocaine and panic.
This was only 20 minutes after Ava Watanabe took the drug, which can last as long as 2 hours. Okay, that's a random bit of trivia, but I suppose whatever it explains in Death Battle works.
Okay, smartass, how about when he teleported from one end of this ship to another? How'd he get there? Actually, when watching the full scene for complete context, there is plenty of time afforded for Jason to jump down the deck while off camera. He is quite athletic after all. Without making any sound? The guy's built like he's made of 100 brick houses. Are we watching the same movie? Look, fans have argued this for years, and while admittedly those moments are questionable, they're not enough to prove actual teleportation. Okay, how about this one? In Jason X, where 3 soldiers are shooting him straight on, and he just disappears. Poof! Gone! While they're looking right at him, goddammit, it's teleporting. Well,
okay then.
Explanation?
I just stared at this scene while processing 900 trillion frames per second. And Boomstick is correct.
Ha!
Also, now my eyes are broken.
Oh.
No, Jason can actually teleport in the video game, so I believe it. I suppose teleporting would explain how, despite his hulking size, Jason can move with ghostly silence and pick off victims one by one. Are you sure about this, dummy? Dummy?
Uh-oh. That can't be good.
Either way, Jason's unstoppable bloodlust makes him a horrifying threat. Even if you think you're protected.
Feats. Killed well over 200 people, can tear apart a victim with his bare hands, lifted and flipped over a car, survived a building explosion, was given numerous death penalty punishments and still lived, survived being burnt, dipped in nuclear waste, cremation, and even liquid nitrogen, escaped hell by force. God damn. It seems that no matter how many ways you kill Jason, he always finds a way to escape hell. And these types of feats, it's as if nothing can stop him. Well, that just goes to show you that there's no way you'll ever want to visit Camp Crystal Lake.
By a foot of solid steel, he'll just crash through it to stab you. And though it's tough to believe, there may actually be a deadlier Jason out there too. Stronger, faster, and campier. This is Uber Jason, rebuilt from Jason's remains through a sinister fusion of science and mysticism. And guess what? Normal Jason later fought Uber Jason and actually held his own. Yeah, the comics get kind of wacky.
Jason's ability to hold his own against Uber Jason demonstrates how much of a threat he is, even to physically superior opponents. Wow. So it seems that Jason is still strong even in his base form and can overpower anyone who's much more powerful than he is. Well, pretty much anything, no matter how strong they are, they're dead.
Just go with it. Only natural for a monster that has fought other supernatural entities.
Like Freddy Krueger, Leatherface, and the groovy man himself, Ash Williams.
Indeed. So be warned, if you ever see a shadow moving through the darkness and hear a familiar run. Jason is out to find you, and chances are you are not leaving alive.
Oh boy. Alright, next up, Michael Myers.
Michael Myers was born into the world as a seemingly normal child. However, beneath his pale, blank face hid something dark, something evil.
How evil? Well, he stabbed his sister Judy to death when he was just 6 years old.
Holy shit.
Michael was institutionalized at a sanitarium where he simply sat still, almost like a machine. His psychiatrist, Dr. Loomis, spent...
Background. Full name, Michael Audrey Myers. Height, 6'3", 1.90 meters. Age, 61. AKA The Shape, the Boogeyman. Was birthed stillborn. Direct descendant of a cursed bloodline. Considered the truest form of evil. His mask is modeled after William Shatner. This part, it's true. The movie's budget was so small that a mask of William Shatner was the cheapest mask they could use for Michael. And 6'3", that's the exact same height as Jason. And 61 years old? Yeah, that might be a problem for his opponent, for him, since his opponent lived till 2455. So Jason must be much, much older than him. And as a result, he must have more experience. I'm not sure how it will result with age, but maybe we'll know when the battle comes.
8 years trying to reach him, but Michael never said a word.
But even when locked up, he still managed to get away with several murders, including Loomis's fiancée. There was no helping or stopping Michael. More than anything, he wanted to kill.
After 15 years, the night before Halloween, he broke out of the sanitarium, leaving behind one word: sister.
The story goes, Michael had another sibling, Lori, and for some unknowable reason, he wanted her to suffer the same fate as Judy. And everyone else, really. He's not too picky, and he could do it too.
For in his hands, anything can be a deadly weapon. Countless reports of various murders have appeared across Haddonfield. He's exploded heads, boiled people alive, and used his trademark knife to stab poor souls to walls like some macabre piece of art.
When they say to admire your work, I don't think that...
Arsenal, kitchen knife, car, axe, wire, shovel, various farm tools, literally anything else he can get his hands on. So just like with Jason, even if Michael doesn't use his trademark weapon, which for him is a kitchen knife, he can use various other objects and use them as murder weapons. So now we have two different killers who are very resourceful and can use other things if they don't have their trademark weapons. So yeah, that's why I said that this death battle is going to be a doozy. But we'll know for sure who is the more resourceful in the end.
This is what they meant. And this isn't some special combat knife or dagger. He did this with an ordinary kitchen knife.
Michael is also surprisingly clever, despite being confined for nearly all his life. At some point, he apparently taught himself how to drive.
It's pretty clear this masked psycho was definitely plotting something while he was in the ward.
All these kills were just a detour to his ultimate goal, Laurie. On an all-too-familiar Halloween night, he finally met his long-lost sister and nearly killed her.
But Loomis intervened, shooting Michael and sending him out a window. Phew.
Ooh.
Well, guess that's the end of him. Yeah, you know it's not.
No one knows how, but the body simply vanished, only to return later that night as if nothing had happened.
There's a reason why they call him the Boogeyman.
Even after being set on fire and rendered comatose, Michael Myers would not be stopped.
Almost like he's some kind of invincible undead monster.
Many explanations have been given for Michael's strange abilities, but some less reputable sources suggest he's bound to the ancient druidic Curse of Thorn, whose symbol is, well, they say it's an ancient icon of Halloween, but it's actually the Norse rune for Thor, sometimes called the Thorn rune. I think they just googled rune and thorn and called it a day.
Whoa.
Okay.
Michael Myers, a Viking? Yes! Awesome! Curse or no curse, Michael is inexplicably driven to kill without hesitation, and his victims almost never see him coming.
Oh, fuck.
Well, explaining Michael away with a vague curse is nothing more than a crutch for the truth. The fact of the matter is, no one knows why he is so cruel, so violent, so unstoppable. He just is.
At the end of the day, evil gives no explanation, only despair.
Michael thrives not just on the satisfaction of murder, but the fear it inflicts in others.
Even scarier, his kills are done with surgical precision. He can murder you as quickly or slowly as he wants. This guy knows exactly what he's doing with that kitchen knife. He's like a hibachi chef of death.
And yet, his attacks were almost...
Feats. Flipped a car, survived a church explosion, fought evenly with Busta Rhymes. Okay, that's funny. Took a shotgun blast to the chest, walked off being injected with 100 milliliters of corrosive acid, moved faster than a motion sensor could detect, survived getting ran by a truck and police car going full speed. My word. These feats truly are impressive. They're almost, if not just, as impressive as Jason's feats. And like with Jason, it seems that nothing can put this killer down permanently. But when they go against each other, we'll soon see who does end up dying permanently. If that makes any sense.
brought to an end by Laurie herself. But when the time came for the final blow, Michael proved his intelligence and wit by faking his own death using a body double.
Oh, while getting his sister to commit murder for him. Honestly, I'm kind of impressed.
He's also either impossibly sneaky or he can use teleportation, because he once moved through a yard full of motion sensors without setting off a single one until he wanted to.
Look at this. There's just no stopping him. Fill him full of bullets, Michael will come back ready to rip off your head. Put him in the center of an exploding church, he'll survive and go on to kill dozens.
Chronologically, Michael survived this church explosion before Halloween Resurrection in the H2O timeline. I see. So Michael has canonically survived a church explosion before the introduction of Halloween Resurrection. Well, that is something to fear.
It's more people, just for dramatic effect.
It was this relentless evil that made the people of Haddonfield go ballistic and band together to end Michael Myers once and for all.
Unfortunately, the town would soon realize that was just not possible.
Any ordinary person would have been long dead after what he experienced, but he took all of the town's punishment, got right back up, and went right back to doing what he does best.
My
You know what's the
God.
creepiest part about all all this, they never caught him. He's still out there looking for his next prey, I assume.
So every Halloween night, lock your doors, turn off your lights, and pray you'll make it to morning. Because the boogeyman is real, and his name is Michael Myers.
Oh boy.
All right, the tales have been told and terror runs free. Let's see which monster will stalk another day.
It's time for a spooky death battle!
Let's get started.
Mother is talking to you.
Oh.
Eyes. The devil's eyes. Killed her.
This is horrifying. Oh my god. Oof. Oh. Oh man, that was brutal.
Where are you? We gotta go!
Oh no. Well, there's no getting around it. Oh, oof. Yep, there it is. Man, these guys are showing no mercy.
Kill him, Jason. Make Mother proud.
Oof. Holy fuck! Whoa. Well, looks like Jason is the real superior killer. So it seems not even Michael is safe from him.
Okay, are we sure he's dead? Can't be too careful with these guys.
Michael Myers won't be rising from the grave this time. Jason was too much for him. The stories may paint these slashers as unstoppable, but they do have limits and can be understood.
To Michael's credit, he could match Jason in a lot of ways. Both were experts in methods of killing, and both could totally teleport.
Theoretically, though if both of them really could teleport, then neither had an advantage in that regard. So teleportation deniers can rest easy knowing it wasn't really a factor here.
Even the explosions they both survived were similar.
Jason exploded to pieces twice, but those were with armaments specifically chosen to destroy him. So, Jason blew up 2 times, but only because he was exploded by armaments that were specifically built to use to destroy him. Okay. So, it seems that just regular explosions wouldn't do the trick, so they had to build one specifically to use on him. Alright, that's good to know.
In size and destructibility.
But Jason held the edge with his superior endurance and healing. Michael faking...
Michael's more extreme injuries have required up to year-long recovery periods. Meanwhile, Jason has exploded to pieces and was later active using a proxy body. I see. So while Michael was extremely injured and has to take year-long recovery periods, Jason was exploded to actual pieces and was active using a proxy body. So it seems that Jason has a much better healing factor than Michael. So it would make sense how no matter how many times he was stabbed, gouged, and all that, Jason was still able to get right back on his feet and do the same thing with him, only worse.
His death with a body double was clever, but he did it because he explicitly could not survive something like decapitation or getting half his torso blown off.
But Jason could. He also had more experience fighting.
Michael has made several moves in Dead by Daylight that can hamper a victim's healing, but none can completely stop it, and likely wouldn't affect healing as extreme as Jason's. So, even though Michael does use several moves that can make a victim's healing as a crutch, he couldn't be able to stop Jason because his healing was more effective. So it seems that there was no contest for Michael.
Other supernatural enemies like Leatherface, Freddy, and his uber self. So I doubt Michael could have surprised him with something he's never seen before.
And Jason was just as strong and vicious as Michael, if not more. So given the difference in survivability...
Results. Jason. Positives. Regeneration prevents any lasting damage from Michael, has ranged weapons to keep Michael at a distance. More experience against supernatural foes. Equally similar in strength, speed, and durability. Michael. Positives. Much smarter and more cunning. Equally similar in strength, speed, and durability. Negatives. More likely to have less endurance than Jason. Ranged weapons keep Michael from getting close. So it seems that Jason does have better experience and much better strategies when it comes to murder, and he was able to use all of that, which was superior to Michael's strategy and cunning. So, looks like Jason does deserve the victory spot.
He had a much better chance of striking Michael down first. In a battle between two unkillable monsters, it's only natural it would come down to who was more unkillable.
After being ripped to pieces, Michael could now rip in peace. Right, Jocelyn? Jocelyn?
Oh no.
Hello?
The winner is Jason Voorhees. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned, we'll be jumping into the next matchup next week. But you can always get more Death Metal right now by clicking one of those boxes right over there, and by downloading the battle music linked down below.
Next time. Whoa. So that was Jason Voorhees versus Michael Myers, and Jason came out victoriously. And the next death battle is going to be Sauron versus the Lich King, the battle of the two supreme overlords. Well, I don't know much about Lord of the Rings or World of Warcraft, so this could be interesting for me to react to. Anyway, thank y'all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.